Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm back on the test server. I want to show you some more stuff with newts. He is an absolute clan boss god. Yeah, for those people that are kind of like in the mid game, moving their way up through clan boss, he's going to definitely get into your teams. And for those people end game, he's also actually pretty damn solid in a team anyway. So I'm going to show two teams today. The first one is going to be a high-end team. I'm basically going to slot him into my current clan boss team and try and do some crazy damage. And then the second one we're going to do is going to be a much more kind of like mid-game type of team and show you what he can do for an account that's kind of progressing with way less gear, way less, stuff at your disposal, I guess. So let's just check out what we're doing with him to start with. As I say, I'm going to throw him into a big team, and this is based on some of the work I was doing on stream the other night. So Newt is coming in as one of my key damage dealers. Okay, there's a couple of things you could do with him because it depends on your team makeup, right? So in the first team I'm going to show you in an unkillable team, which means there's way less value from this decrease attack ability, but he does give himself counter attack on the same skill, and he also drops a weakening. So depends on what you're building, how you're building him out. In terms of whether you want to use the A2 or not. I'm going to leave it on because I actually think the counter attack is just worth having anyway. So we're going to leave it on. But there's definitely an argument to say maybe you're better off not having it on at all for the first team. For the second team, this is going to be a really important skill because we're going to have decreased attack coming in, weaken, and the extra damage from counter attack. So, like 3 massive skills to be available for clan boss. The other cool stuff here is A1 is a triple hit, so you're running with Giant Slayer, he's going to get a lot of Giant Slayer procs away. And his A3 is super sexy for clan boss. So not only do you get the big damage from enemy max HP going on, and it's a triple enemy max HP, you also decrease the enemy's defense like continuously over time to the point where you get 30% extra defense gone. But decreased defense on clan boss plus this, your War Master procs go up by over 10k per hit, which over the course of a full run is actually a lot of extra damage. He does full damage on his counterattacks as well, which is cool. So yeah, he's just going to be a beast for anyone building a clan boss team. In terms of masteries, I've gone for offense and support. So the main thinking here is we want Giant Slayer. That's where most of our clan boss damage will come from. We've got some inbuilt healing for the non-unkillable team, but basically, for the unkillable team, I'm always going to be full health. So, more damage here. There's always more damage down the left. Methodical's good because his A3 is a triple hit, and it hits pretty hard. And then I went support because, certainly for the unkillable team, I don't need the extra defense. I don't need the survivability. I'm already counter-attacking anyway, so I didn't feel like there was really much going on in the defense tree that I needed. So I thought I'd try and get a cycle of magic in there, which gives me a 5% chance to get my A3 back more often. Bit more accuracy, and then landing my weaken and stuff. It will go on for longer if I get it away. There was, again, like I was talking to stream about this, there is a argument to say maybe try and extend his counterattack, but with the run I'm going to do, the run I'm going to show you for the unkillable team, well, it just doesn't need it. It's always back. In terms of his build here, we've gone. His speed is 197. I've got massive amount of defense in his setup and 251 crit damage. Enough accuracy to land his skills and some good health. That's more for the other build, really. But main call out here is I'm over capped on the damage that his A3 will do. But that's fine for the unkillable team. But when we come to the killable team, I'm going to switch up his gear anyway, and I'll show you kind of a much more sensible set of gear. We're going to pair him up with Elva. And I'll show you the kind of the speed tune in a second. Let's use the filter. Why not? Can't find her. Elva here. So she is running quite quick. 266. I've got her at 100% crit rate because it's my main team. But basically she's there to make the speed tune work. We've then got, of course, Dimitha. Dimitha, again, running at the right speed to make the speed tune work, 297. Then got Seeker. Seeker with a 5-star blessing, which gives me cruelty, which stacks with Newt's drop defense as well. So I've got my Seeker in a toxic set. It's not the best set in the world. Under crit capped, but it's mainly like building damage in his hits. The right speed 187 and trying to crit cap him, but my toxic gear is kind of rubbish. And then my last champion is actually Gintoro. So my Gintoro here, basically just built to do damage. So Gintoro's got 265 speed, built for damage, and it makes everybody apart from newt run on a 3-for-1 speed tune. So for those people that want to see the actual speed tune, I will link these down below, but this is what it turns out to be like. Let me just zoom in a touch. So you can see here, this is basically a clan boss turn, clan boss turn, clan boss turn. This is the stun hit, and then it goes again. So every time the clan boss does something, we come back with a whole bazillion hits. It's like a ton of hits. Yeah, and you can see that Newt puts his own counter attack up here, keeps it for when the clan boss hits. It's basically always going to have it up, provided I just need to delay the A2 1 turn. Is that right? No, 2 turns. Is it? Or is it delay the A3? Hold on. Delay the A3. So it goes on here. It's on here. Yeah. And then it's on for every single hit. So I'll do this in the setup. There's also other speed tunes. This is courtesy of our good man, Saf. So Saf has basically built the same type of team out, not using Gintoro, not using some of those more complex champs, but you've got a Deacon and Seeker version here with Dimitha and Elva, with Newt in the team. So if you want to run this one, I can ping this one down below as well. And then he sent me this. If you want to get creative, he said, oh, this is with Ninja in the team. If people have still got Ninja, okay. And then another one here with like Ares instead of the Elva, again with Ninja in the team. So there's a few options which I will ping down below. But ultimately, he's just going to go into whatever unkillable team you want, because he doesn't do any turn meter shenanigans. He's not tough to use like Ninja and Gintoro. He's just an easy one to slot in. So I'll show you part of the run, mainly because I want to show you the kind of damage creep that we get here. Don't forget, I'm on the test server, so anything you're seeing is kind of irrelevant in terms of my things that I earn. But yeah, this is the setup. I put him in second position. So we set up with Elva, just prioritizing her A2. Newt, open with the A2 and then prioritize your A3. Dimitha, A3, then A2. Seeker, open with your A1 and then just go as you want. And Gintoro, do your A3 whenever you can and give me some of that juicy, fat damage. Then it's a full auto start. Every affinity is covered because of Elva. Ares would also cover every affinity, which is basically a similar champ. And away we go. I'm going to let it roll for a bit. You see we get a drop defense and weaken out there. We've got the counterattack straight up. So see those Giant Slayer procs already starting to kick in. There's the A3, which is over 1 million damage. Over 1 million on the A3 with this setup. And that's before we've even started to ramp up our numbers. We're killable just for the first turn or so until it all sinks in. And then Elva starts to protect everybody. What's interesting with this one as well is the stun's probably going to go on my Dimitha. And Elva just cleanses that off, so it doesn't matter at all. You should see at this point, I think, we become totally unkillable. And bam. Yeah, stun over here. Elva cleanses it, and the speed tune is now working. I definitely think there's an argument to say, or to test, is using the counterattack better than using refresh gear. Yeah, so if you use the reflex set on Newt and just try and get him to A3 as often as he possibly can, does that give you more overall damage? Because the A3 does so much damage, does that give you more overall damage than the way I've built him right now using the counterattack? So you could literally just turn off the A2 and just try and A3 as often as possible. I think that might be pretty crazy, but look here, so it's 4 turns in. Look at the damage per turn this team is kicking out already. We're talking like closing in on 3 million damage per turn. I'm going to get us on like another 20 odd turn counts, and then you can see what sort of damage we're doing. Okay, we're slipping back in here. We're over 3 million average damage per turn, which is absurd, honestly. It's absurd considering I run this team normally without Newt. I normally have Longbeard in Newt's spot. Look at this. 380, 360, 346k damage plus the Giant Slayer procs on the A3. Yeah, my team normally runs this exact setup, basically the exact same gearing but I have Longbeard on my main team. And I'm doing maybe 2 million per turn. Yeah, it's like the damage increase is literally off the charts. It's crazy. It's a crazy gain. We've done a 1 key in basically 9 minutes. Yeah, so if I had a busy day going on and I was just trying to like get through my raid stuff, 9 odd minutes, it's only even less than that. 9 odd minutes, I'm literally shutting down Clan Boss and I'm moving on to Nightmare. Yeah, and I'm moving on, which is absurd. Like, this dude hits hard. Here it comes. Bam, there you go. There's the 1 key. Anyway, I'll let it run through to the end, but he is absolutely absurdly good for Clan Boss. Okay, let's just roll this in for the last bit. Oh, just in time for a Ginturo million hit. Basically, we're going to be punching way over 150 million on an unkillable team, which is absolutely bonkers. It's nigh on like an extra 60 mil, 70 odd mil from what my normal team does. It's such a step up. And it's not that I can't build bigger teams. In fact, generally I've geared the rest of these people so that they're not obscenely geared. I've saved my best gear for the arena. But that big 1 million hit just kind of like keeps coming back, keeps smacking in. And yeah, Newt's going to be absolutely godlike. So let's see what the overall damage is here. Then we're going to switch to, you know, I guess a bit more of a regular team. But basically 160 mil, easy as you like. Newt doing more damage than Ginturo. I'm surprised at that. Ginturo known, and Gintoro's doing more hits, by the way. He's on a 3-for-1. Newt's on a 2-for-1. And Newt's doing more damage than Ginturo. That's actually crazy stuff. Seeker with the 28. Elva with the 23. That's mainly because she's got Brimstone going as well. Dimitha, do you even raid at the 8 million? But yeah, 52 million from Newt on the big boy team. Right then, let's give you an idea of a kind of lesser team, if you like, but still a decent type of idea. And we can kind of see how Newt does as our only damage dealer. So in this speed tune, we've got a few key factors. We've got 2 champions that are creating a 2-for-1 speed tune. Hykertoon does that with Sandlashed in this team. Hykertoon's a speed booster with a turn meter boost as well. And then Sandlashed is a buff extender. So Sandlashed is extending the speed buff to create this speed for 2-for-1 speed tune. 2-for-1 basically means we're going twice every time the clan boss takes a turn. Okay, which means you just do a ton more damage. You get your skills away more often. It's more reliable. It's definitely the way to go in Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss if you cannot do an unkillable team. We're throwing in Rearguard Sergeant as our ally protector. We'll get ally protection up for each of the hits. We've got Morsian Mage coming in as our increased defense and our block debuff champion. I do need to mess around with Morsian Mage a little bit, so it's not full auto because I need to block the stun here on the first hit. Then I'm going to need to delay Morsian Mage's A2 so that it comes in line with where the stun is. So I need to intervene a little bit into the fight around this point here on turn 4 and stop Morsian Mage using his A2 for 2 turns. And then we'll be full auto after that forever and a day. And then Nuts just coming in to do my damage. I've taken accessories off of everybody so that I try and even up the playing field because my Great Hall kind of does a lot of work. And also I've just not put people in my good gear. Okay, so we've not got like crazy stats. I've hit the speeds that I need. And then Ally Protector, I've tried to push high health and good defense at the right speed. Morsian Mage, high health in regen gear, not really for any particular reason. 227. I guess I'll show you masteries as we go. So I've just got Steadfast on Rearguard so that she's not taking the stun. Same thing on Morsian Mage. My Sandlashed is going to be my first stun target. Probably going to be the stun target for the whole fight. Sandlash naturally has got high defense. So good for a stun target. High defense, low HP. Again, doesn't need accuracy to not land in any debuffs. Hykertoon, same sort of build really. The right speed, good defense, okay health. Doesn't land debuffs, so we're not worried about that. And then Newt is the only one really that's in any sort of sexy gear. And he does have some, I thought we'd go with this, some reflex gear just to try it out really. So reflex, he's a slow speed at 177. So we're able to build quite a good amount of defense He's going to get crit rate buff from Morsi and Mage, so we didn't need 100% there. Got some good crit damage on him. He's got enough accuracy to land his stuff. And then he is in this same build that was going on before. I really want Newt to be my stun target, right? And I was playing around with it. Trouble is, I can't stop him placing counter attack all the time that the stun would hit. And the clan boss looks at counter attack and says, no, don't want to hit you. So that's actually frustrating because Newt would be a great stun target. But with this particular 2-for-1 build with a buff extender, I just can't get it to fall off at the right time. I guess my brain is not big enough to make that happen. But anyway, what we can do here, so let me just go through the setup with you. So, high to tune, open A1, A2 preference. Newt, we're opening A2, A3 preference. Horse Mage, open A3, A2 preference. Sandlash Survivor, open with the A1. And Rear Guards, use your A3 when you've got it. That'll be the same with any Ally Protector if you're trying to sub them into Rear Guards spot here. We let this run full auto. Let me just make sure I can see it. I'm going to let it run full auto until turn 4. And then I'm going to stop Morsi and Mage using his A2 during turn 4. Cool thing here, so Newt's putting counter attack on himself, which means that we're going to get extra damage away when the clan boss hits us. We get weaken out from Newt as well. We get drop defense from our rear guard sergeant. We've got increased defense coming in, which makes Newt hit harder and Sandlash hit harder and rear guard hit harder. So, you know, lots of quality buffs coming in for the squad. So I keep an eye on the turn count. As I said, I would much rather the stun went on to Newt here, and I was trying to make it happen, but it's just not in my brain power to make that work. So the stun should go onto our Sandlash, which it did. Good. So keep auto in for now till the end of this round. Actually, we're good still. We're still good until Morsi and Mage does something else. It's fine. I just need to stop him doing his next skill. Shield Bash is coming in nice and big already. The Morsi and Mage here, instead of A2 in, which he would do an auto, so the A1, hit it back on auto again. Let it run, let it run. We're just going to stop Morsi and Mage on his next one as well. Should be now. A1 again, and then we're back to full auto for the rest of the run. So, obviously, we're not going to get to the dizzy heights of like 1 keys and stuff like that. We're still hitting so hard on that A3, though, from Newt. Like, that is some serious, serious damage coming out right there. And obviously, that's why I think he's going to be so useful for people having him in their teams. Even if you can't do a 2-for-1 speed tune, just having that sheer amount of damage popping out on the A3 and getting these extra counter attacks in, extra hits, extra damage, dropping the clan boss's defense just naturally through his A3. Just so many reasons that he's going to really help people move their clan boss teams up a notch. I'm going to let this run through. I don't see us doing like crazy damage here, but the aim minimum, there it is again, the aim minimum is to get an Ultra Nightmare clan boss team run into 4 keys. So here we are. We're past turn 22. We've hit the 18 million, which means 4 key is in the bag. It's a little bit wonky, honestly. I'm not going to say this is... I feel like something's gone out of speed tune somewhere, but I guess that's probably the reality of what most people do. But yeah, Hydra Tune still going crazy, actually, still going over 20 million here. You obviously putting in a lot of work, but yeah, this team could just be improved so much. Yeah, Hydra Tune goes down at 21, and we're only a couple of million short of getting into that 3 key, which is just a beautiful place to be. And Newt's like, I could probably get us over the line, fellas. I could probably do it with my A3. 23 mil. That is the 3 key in the bag with this team. And, it's a very achievable team and set of stats once you've been playing the game for a little while. If you can't achieve these stats yet, then you just kind of drop yourself down to the nightmare kind of level of standard. But if you can get to here, 3 key in Ultra Nightmare, well, what a good place to be. Newt bringing in 15 million of the damage. Just a great great champion that's going to help people progress their accounts. So there you go, guys. Newt smacking up the clan boss. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.